are wicked devil criminals.
Absolutely. All right, Jakari, thank you. Anybody else in the control room want to add some points to this? Whenever we're waiting for folks to give a comment, we can play Jeopardy music in the background. Deet, 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 deet. That means answer the question. Okay, also coming up, Senator Schumer, sleeper cells might make bombs with household items. So now if you mix bleach with soap to clean something, why the ATF's going to be raiding you. This is a whole new way to get in your house, and everyone's a suspected terrorist. Oh, my gosh. I've seen corrupt police do this where they'll pull somebody over and taser them or kill them and then hold up jumper cables and say, look, pipe bombs. We've seen that on the news repeatedly where there's this attempt to act like they're just terrorists everywhere making bombs that are going to be used on the police. In fact, they've told police departments for 6 years, you will be hit by IEDs from veterans and gun owners in the future. So when you start getting bombed, out of the blue, who's the main suspect? The people that told you it was coming out of the blue sky who are trying to demonize the liberty movement. The same people like George Soros trying to take unfortunate cases, some of which I think are legitimate shootings, like the Brown case. He did charge him. He did attack him. He did go to the hospital. The witnesses came forward. It was all made up. The Zimmerman case, a little bit more questionable in my view, because, you know, he is following him around the neighborhood. The guy's got a right to walk around the neighborhood and buy Skittles and tea or whatever. But then the news shows him when he's 12, not when he's, 17 and looks like LeBron James on steroids. And then the black witnesses finally come out and say, yeah, he was on top of him banging his head in the ground. And then finally all that comes out. The Justice Department's trying to hype black against white in this country, and they want to turn that also on the police so they take the brunt of anti-government sentiment instead of the people at the top that are running the show. The same Republicans that we thought were going to vote to ban partial birth abortion, they didn't do it. They passed the same bill that was killed in the Senate last year. But see, they could pass it in the House knowing it would be killed in the Senate. Now, it would probably pass the Senate or force the Senate to vote for abortion. They didn't want to be exposed. So now they had a chance to ban abortion of babies that are viable outside the womb, unequivocally human, unequivocally developed, viable outside the womb. They didn't vote to do it. Just like they voted that climate change is real and said, well, climate change is always happening, but the Democrats did this as a rider so they can now say, why every Republican but one voted and agreed that climate change is real, we need carbon taxes. So that's all coming up. I said I'd go to calls this hour, but is Lionel on at 12:30 or is he on at the start of the next? Okay, so we will open the phones up in the next hour. You've heard a whole spectrum of news so far here covered today. Any of these issues I mentioned, I'd like to get your take on them. I'd love to get your breakdown on it as a listener. First-time callers today, we do that a few days a week, 800-259-9231, 1-800-259-9231. We will get you up and on the air, 800-259-9231. Now, after the break, long-term use of birth control pills linked to higher risk of brain tumors, Fox News. We'll also get to this video of the cop in Illinois saying it's illegal to film me in public. I mean, that is shameful. And at that point, that police officer becomes a totalitarian agent of evil and is no longer a police officer under the Constitution and is an enemy of the Republic. Now, I don't wish any physical harm upon them, but the politicians that passed this are the kingpins. He is the enforcer in the street, in my view, carrying out a mafia edict. I mean, we do not live in North Korea. And police are not God. And the minute they try to make them God, you know they're getting ready to go after your pension funds. As Obama announced, they're getting ready to seize the education 401ks. I mean, this is happening. Briefly here, ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce that at current rates, we will sell out by next week. We came out with a discount line of super high quality products. The first is out, Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Support. It has, 20 ingredients 14 herbs and then 6 other known extracts that massively boost the immune system in major studies. Echinacea, elderberry, golden seal, the list goes on and on. Concentrated. Pardon me, CJ? Oh, thank you. There's a bottle of it to my right. Thank you. I noticed you noticed I was looking for it. Here it is. Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Complex. Out of the gates, we're selling it for $14.95, 25% off. It's normally $19.95. This is a discounted product at $19.95. Our right side line for InfoWars Life is going to be high-quality organic herbs and other compounds that aren't on the expensive end. A special line of discount, but at the highest quality, Rolls-Royce at Pinto prices. Leading competitors that have similar formulas are $35 to $60 for the 2-ounce bottle. This is taken sublingually, so you get high absorption. InfoWarsLife.com. Get your Ancient Defense. It's selling out very quickly at this sale, maybe months until we have it again.
Attention all radio listeners. Survival Life is giving away free credit card knives exclusively to our radio listeners here today. Visit mycreditcardknife.com to see this covert knife in action and claim yours for free. It's the same knife you've seen in the airline magazines for $29.95, but today it's yours free. Just pay shipping and handling. mycreditcardknife.com, mycreditcardknife.com. Go now.
Mom, I can't do my math homework. I just don't get it. I hate math.
I've always tried to be a good mother, but when it came to Jamie's math, I was at a loss. Then a friend told me about Math Made Easy DVDs. Concepts are simplified in an easy way to follow and review, and students can learn at their own pace in the convenience of home. Listen, in the frustration, call Math Made Easy. Call now, 1-800-USA-MATH. That's 1-800-872-6284. Or visit us at mathmadeeasy.com.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
Did you know by age 50, half of all men have an enlarged prostate? This means more urges to urinate, longer bathroom trips, waking at night to urinate, or issues with sex. If this sounds familiar, call us now, because we're shipping free bottles of Super Beta Prostate to listeners of this station. Super Beta Prostate is a non-prescription formula guaranteed to reduce the symptoms of your enlarged prostate. It's yours free. Pay only shipping and handling. Just call 1-800-852-1820. In clinical trials, the ingredient in Super Beta Prostate was shown to reduce urges to urinate, improve bladder emptying, reduce waking at night to urinate, and improve quality of life. This Super Beta Prostate free offer is for listeners of this station, but it won't last. Don't wait. Just call 1-800-852-1820. That's 1-800-852-1820. Call 1-800-852-1820.
Oh, so you're recording?
I am, sir.
Are you aware that it is now illegal to report police officers in public?
Is it?
I'm afraid it is.
Is it?
And there is the video. Let's play that one more time for TV viewers so they can see the video.
Oh, so you're recording?
I am, sir.
Are you aware that it is now illegal to report police officers in public?
Is it?
I'm afraid it is.
Is it?
I'm afraid it is. In broad daylight, in the street, a cop saying, you can't film me. I mean, that is just outrageous. And they did pass a law that's written trickily, but implies if they don't know, it's wiretapping. They don't know? Well, I mean, the government is illegally breaking into our computers. Samsung and other companies are watching and listening to us and announcing it. But then separately, the government can't be filmed in public. Well, I guess an on-duty police officer in Illinois can't go work a football game because you might be on ESPN. There's no perception and expectation of privacy in public, and he knows it. Unbelievable. Who feels safe living in a country where the police, in some areas, with a straight face, will say, you can't film police in public? What a load of bull. Unbelievable. Look at this report. Long-term use of birth control pills linked to higher risk of brain tumors. Since the 60s, they've been linked to all sorts of cancers. All we know is the cancer rates are going up. Taking certain forms of birth control over 5 years or more doubles the risk of developing a rare brain tumor, a study led by Danish neurologists has found. That's just one tumor they studied. The study due to be published today in the British Journal of Clinical Pharmacology says that women who take hormonal contraceptives show higher rates of glaucoma, a tumor that affects around 5 people in every 100,000. Let's expand out of that. Every major water supply has these birth control compounds in them, and they found Prozac derivatives in all the water. In an AP investigation a decade ago, they found in every major city they studied, it was higher than what runoff could show, and they said, we don't know why, and it's basically a mix of different serotonin reuptake inhibitors in the Prozac class, but there's also a base chlorine/fluoride molecule, and we don't know why it's showing up. They're dumping it in the water. I mean, they put fluoride in the water that's the basis of Prozac. Yes, we're living in a science fiction movie, boys and girls. Yes, they've Trojan horsed all this stuff. Coming up, women on top is most dangerous sex position, scientists conclude. In a government study, missionary causes in the cowgirl position, responsible for half of all penile fractures, the London Telegraph reports. Yes, it's very dangerous. I'm glad we have government studies of that. Here's another one. Scientists create firewall for new forms of life. And here's another study. Feds spend $432,000 studying gay hookup apps. Guess they're doing that for Obama. And trying to tell him which bathhouse to go to. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's just some of the news there, being a little sarcastic here at the end. But that's a serious story here out of the Washington Free Beacon. NIH project studied arousal of gay men when using Grindr, I think is the name of that. The National Institutes of Health has spent nearly $500,000 studying gay hookup sites. They awarded Columbia University to interview gay men who use GPS dating apps. You know, I'll guarantee you, just like they used, this is declassified, hepatitis shots in the gay population to spread HIV in the 70s when they started it. They used a gay population as a vector because of high levels of unprotected sex. I bet money this data is being gathered to figure out how to deploy weapons to the gay population. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Because they love the gays so much. That's why they do that.
Thank you.
The globalists hate you and are on record saying they would use the gay population
GCNlive.com today
to weaponize systems. InfoWarsLife.com. Check it out today. I have set out to bring you the most hardcore, cutting-edge supplements and nutraceuticals, bar none. And that's what you'll find at InfoWarsLife.com. We have rejected literally hundreds of products from the InfoWars Life line because they are not of the very highest quality, or because they're not 100% organic, or because they don't pass all of the strictest toxicology tests there are that we have listed at InfoWarsLife.com. Whether it's Survival Shield Nascent Iodine or DNA Force, Super Male Vitality, Super Female Vitality, Lung Cleanse, Fluoride Shield, Ox flaxseed powder. I believe that all of these products will blow you away like they've done the thousands of other customers that have visited InfoWarsLife.com and believed in us and tried the products. Folks, check out InfoWarsLife.com today and the entire line of groundbreaking, cutting-edge, hardcore products.